So over the decades, and yes, I am that old, I've noticed the diminishing of people, of people's potential, of their own human capital is the technical term for that. And I remember a time before the internet, and television was bad enough. It was the flicker rate on the television, it was instant gratification. And with internet becoming widespread, it got much worse. Now, keep in mind, back then it was dial up. Then we had a high speed internet. Then we got these things right here. And people increasingly became whim worshipers. Now, what whim worshiping does is it diminishes the capacity to have the proper emotional responses that you should have in any situation. Whim worshiping, when you make gratification easy, you're dulling the dopamine response, which then in turn dulls the emotional response, which makes you, it diminishes you as a person. It makes you to where you're more docile, you're more of a conformist, you don't develop yourself in the way you need to develop yourself. People don't have the work ethic, which not just that this is a distraction, but also because they're not motivated the way they need to be motivated because of the whim worshiping. So if you want to be a better person, put the devices away, read a book, do some exercises, take action. And when you're physically and mentally healthy, when you get away from something like this, from social media especially, of course I'm guilty of this. What do? I post videos on social media. But anyway, you get away from social media, you get away from the perpetual crisis that we have in politics, which I made a video on that. You get away from that, you can actually develop the proper emotional responses you're supposed to have. And maybe your own personal life, a lot of people, not everybody, some people do very well, but some people have a lot of problems, and perhaps this might solve some of their problems, or it might be the essence of their problems. So whim worshiping is destructive. Pay attention to what you are doing and see if what you're doing is not just constant instant gratification. If it is, you are diminishing yourself.